Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. As a general reading, it may not resonate for everyone, so just take what speaks to you, leave the rest. As always, you may need to flip the energies around. If you don't think I'm speaking about you, I could be speaking about your beloved, someone you're connected to. So just, take it as it resonates. Let me go ahead and pull some cards from Cosmic Journey to kick it off. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope if you enjoy the reading, you'll consider joining us here by subscribing. That helps a lot. Polish your mirror for perfect clarity. On a search for some clarity, you will only see the way by making the way, and each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Ooh, okay. So I'm looking at journey energy here. We have, this is an 11 card, and 3 and 8 is 11. So we've got two 11s here, and they both are speaking about seeing clearly, and then it's telling you here, polish your mirror for perfect clarity. So there's something here that's sort of maybe fuzzy for you. You're not really getting the memo. And it feels to me it's like there's some energy that's holding you in the perception of who you are and what you're here to do or who you're here to be. And it's almost like you're not seeing clearly how you've grown, how you've changed, or what the path is that you're here to follow, that you're here to take. So we'll see what comes through. I love that. You will only see the way by making the way, and the only way to do that is to let go of who you think you are so that you can evolve into who you truly are. Nice message, Gemini. Let's see what's going on in your connection. Wow, 5 of Pentacles. And with regard to your connection here, I feel like right off the bat, because the Lover's card is what's crossing you, that is your card, Gemini. If you're here as the Gemini, I should say. I feel like you are at a distance from this person, that you are not together in 3D, that in 5D is where the connection exists. And right there, it's kind of comfortable, but here on planet Earth, not so much. There's almost this like feeling abandoned or left out in the cold, or on some level feeling a bit devalued. And that distance is what I'm really feeling, is what's keeping you in that sense of separation. Underneath is the 3 of Cups. In the past is the 4 of Swords. What's crowning you is the 5 of Cups. There's the King of Swords, the 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. So the card on the bottom here is the Knight of Wands. That could be someone preparing to return, or you returning to someone here, but it feels like it might actually be part of the problem. It might be an in and out situation. We'll get to that in a minute. For those of you in the channel membership or who are subscribed to the All Access Pass for the extendeds, by the way, those links are below if you want to learn more about it. A lot of these cards came out in the morning musing when I do a little morning spread for the energies, for the signs I'm going to read for. A lot of this was really there. So I'm feeling like I'm getting the rest of the story for those who were dialed into that. Underneath, we've got the 3 of Cups. So I feel like this is more about some form of reconciliation in your unconscious awareness, or, sort of, it's in your subconscious realm. It's not something you're focused on every moment, but what you're processing unconsciously is this cause for celebration, a coming back together, getting back to the joy and the, happier times by way of reconciliation. And I'm saying that because there's another reconciliation card right here. In the past, 4 of Swords, I feel like you kind of had to go to ground and focus on some healing for a while. What's crowning you now? What's in your conscious awareness? Yeah. A sense of loss, of grief, of sadness. There may be some mistakes of the past or regrets of the past, but the fact that we've got these cards here suggests that there's real trouble in paradise, and that you're sort of feeling very forlorn and in a stage of grief to some degree. In the near future, you will have an opportunity to consider whether or not there is an forgiveness available for the situation, second chances, opportunities for reunion. Both of these are reunion cards. So it feels to me, and I love how they look so similar with the archangels there protecting. And I'm feeling like that's the thing. Once you feel safer, once you feel a little less vulnerable or forsaken, then you'll be able to kind of reconsider the next phase of this connection and whether or not there's an opportunity for a second chance. Spirit's message to you is about the King of Swords. The King of Swords came through this morning as a person who may have withdrawn from you, who may have kind of even ghosted you here. Yeah, that makes perfect sense now. Cut you off somehow, or have withheld their love to some degree. They've pulled back. They're not real warm or fuzzy. In other words, this King of Swords is coming through reversed, not in the highest of their ascended energy, right? What's going on? What's the hidden energy? There's conflict here. It could be that this whole thing is due to outside sources. There could be some outside interference, some sense of like it's always a battle, always a conflict, and that we'll see with the clarifiers which direction that's going. And here, in your hopes and or fears, there's something you're hanging on to for dear life here. Now, that could be the hope, is that, you know, if I hold this close, if I don't let go, then it's not done, then it's not over. The flip side of that is in your fear is that, you know, you're losing something that's very valuable to you and you feel the need to protect your heart. So we can look at that either way. And then the opportunities going forward, in the outcome position, we have the Seven of Cups. There are lots of options available. Yes, they're overwhelming. Yes, it can be confusing. And I'm feeling like there's a lot that may not have been sorted through, so you may need to process some more of the emotional baggage, shall I say, between the two of you. But the good news is there are some options. So let's go and jump in and clarify. Five of Pentacles with the Lovers. Strength card. Knight of Swords, and underneath there's that Seven of Cups. Okay, so when I pull from the bottom of the deck, for those who are new, it's unconscious material. It's what's going on behind the scenes. It's what's floating around in your psyche or theirs. So there is some confusion. I'm seeing it here. Over on this side, when I get to this part of the reading, it feels like the opportunity is in the options of how to deal with the emotional overwhelm and the confusion and things that haven't been resolved. But the good news is I see it getting resolved. I feel like, yes, the Lovers is presenting a challenge, but it isn't anything you can't overcome if the two of you put your heads together and clear the air. I'm saying put your heads together because these two help each other. There it is. Right? She sort of tames the beast. She sort of calms this lion down, and the lion protects her in return. They have this never-ending bond. You see the infinity symbol above her head. You know, they both bring out the best of each other. This is a supportive energy here that talks about perseverance and overcoming obstacles. And this Knight of Swords feels like it's coming in with some degree, some sense of urgency to clear up everything that's been sort of confused or that has left both of you. I am feeling it's both of you, left you both confused, wounded, unhappy, sad. Wow. Three of Cups. Okay. Y'all trying to tell me something here. Three of Cups with a Three of Cups. The Sun. Yes, that Tower. Can we repair it, or is it too late? I feel like the Tower already happened. It's not happening now. It's in the deeper recesses of your mind, though. It's something you've tried to work through and heal, and therefore you're not sort of letting it run the show, but you know, because it seemed so final, because it was maybe very shocking or unexpected in a not so pleasant way. I feel like you're super energetically focused on, you know, happier days, happier times, a cause for celebration, coming back together, reconciling. Yeah, that would make you happy. But this is always kind of lingering in the recesses of your, even your emotional body, I feel. Because we have the double hit of the Three of Cups. I see, I'm just going to say it because I'll forget if I don't. I see that something is being processed here. Like, as I can almost feel the gears moving and the processing of the stages of grief. And I feel you're going to come out on the other side seeing more options for how to resolve it. So I wanted to say that. Okay. Wow. All right, so I kind of feel you've been in a holding pattern, patiently waiting for some communication here. This Ace of Cups underneath, but this is the love of my life. The Temperance card is all about self-control and restraint and moderation in your, you know, moderating your own emotional response. I'm saying response because you're patiently waiting for that communication, I think, to clear the air. And in the meantime, really kind of going to ground, getting quiet, being reflective, even meditative to some degree, working on your own healing as much as you possibly can, because I feel there's some stuff that isn't possible to resolve without the two of you literally talking it out. So that's what you sort of have been patiently waiting for. Here we have the Five of Cups in your conscious awareness. Right? And before I pull those cards, and you're seeing the figure is staring down at those three cups knocked over. There it is. Right? So I know that it would make you happier if you could kind of come back together and resolve that, work through it, heal it for good. Yeah, wow. I think you're feeling pretty emotionally vulnerable right now. We have the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords with that Queen of Cups smack in the middle. So you're emotionally open, and I feel like you're super sensitive at this moment. Lots of sadness, feeling defeated, but here you are just kind of emotionally exposed, for lack of a better phrase. Maybe a little raw. And the Hanged Man, it's representing some kind of stagnant energy here. There's a little bit of surrender I'm feeling, but because of the Queen of Cups, I'm feeling the surrender, the water energy of, like, you know, I can't harden my heart no matter how difficult things have been. You've got the Five of Pentacles, you've got all the fives here. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. Now, granted, the Five of Swords is coming through in the clarifiers, not in the main spread, but to have all four fives here, is suggesting that this is difficult. And, you know, it's all about change. It's all about things feeling disrupted, disjointed, and it's kind of got you in a little bit of it's not just stagnant. There's something, it's almost like you're in the Matrix. You know, you look one way, there's disappointment and regrets and mistakes and sadness and grief and loss. On the other side, you know, it's like, don't turn your back, right? Don't turn your back on that energy. So no matter which way you look, it's kind of like you're emotionally vulnerable. You in danger, girl, right? And that's why I'm saying the Matrix here. So it's not just about stagnant energy. It's literally being hung in, like, animated suspension here, because there's so much that isn't resolved. So let's see the near future, the Judgment card. I didn't have a good handle on it. I still don't, but I'm taking it anyway. Yeah. Whew. Judgment, Nine of Swords, Lovers. There you go, Gem. Definitely wanting reunion, but kind of fretting about it. I think this is something that's going to be running on a loop in your mind. It will sort of come in as intrusive, almost as if you can't think or focus on much else. The good news is with this Two of Swords underneath, you on some instinctive level know that the answers are within. You know that there isn't anything out there that's going to solve the riddle. That to some degree you got to take a beat, you got to sit down, you got to sort it through within. And that is one of your strong suits, especially if you're here as the Gemini, is to be able to sort it out. But a decision will need to be made, and I'm feeling like you're gonna sweat it out, and then you'll process, and then you'll be up all night thinking about it, and then you'll process a little bit more. So the Two of Swords is actually coming through in some measure of support to what you're about to go through, which is probably more of what you're already going through, except that it'll be less backwards facing. You won't be like presently you're kind of looking backwards. In the future, you're going to be thinking about how does it get resolved? Is there an opportunity for a second chance? Can we redeem this? Can we resurrect it? I mean, that's the literal card here. Is it something that can be fixed? Can we have a second chance? Am I even open to forgiveness? I mean, this is a theme that's been coming through in a lot of readings, and I have a feeling that this is supportive because it gives you time to think it through before you make any final decisions. But a decision will have to be made. King of Swords is the message from Spirit of the Universe. I feel this person stands on ceremony with you. King of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Devil, and the Ten of Wands. In this case, the devil with the Nine of Cups, I have to say it because it is a very common pairing in tarot, could point to some form of addiction or habitual, some kind of pattern of whether it's, partying or imbibing, drinking, drugging, sex, whatever. There's something here that it's like, it's a habitual pattern, and it may be very entrenched. And I'm feeling like the need to say that here. And this King of Swords could either be pulling away because of that, distancing themselves from that energy, but regardless, Spirit's telling you it is time for you to offload a lot of this. Is very heavy energy. This is definitely something that you've been carrying around. It's been like an albatross around your neck, weighing you down, very stressful, very exhausting, and it's kind of over. Like that part of it is over. Whoever it is you're dealing with tends to not embrace change very easily, especially if there are patterns that are on repeat that they're not open to changing. That's just how it's coming through. So if that speaks to you, you're getting confirmation here that it is time for you to release that has to be released. If that doesn't speak to you, the only other thing I can say here is that there's some kind of control mechanism that's being played out where you want something more and this person is just content with things exactly as they are. And therefore, you get this weird karmic cycle because you're wanting more, and then what happens is they ghost you, or they withdraw their love or affection, or they get distant or cold, whatever that is. So either way, but I absolutely have to speak to that combo, it's important for someone to hear that. And when I look at this, this entire reading, I can see how this could be in a, a relationship where there may be some kind of pattern that you end up getting the short end of the stick. That you're giving and you're supportive and you're kind, and yet you always end up out in the cold or rejected or sabotaged or feeling set up or stabbed in the back, whatever, and the conflict, it just kind of goes on a loop here. So I do feel the need to say that I see it in the connection, and maybe you're not ready to let it go, but I think Spirit's telling you this has played itself out, or this aspect of the connection has played itself out. And because it's underneath, Spirit's telling you, you know this. Because this is your end, this is coming from the psyche. Like, it's that, like, no more. Okay. Yeah, I feel in the hidden energies, you definitely want to reconcile this conflict. But intuitively, on some level, you know, it's done, it's over, that it can't really be fixed. So I'm seeing here the conflict, and there's the resolution, there's the reconciliation. So in the hidden energies, there's still some, whether this is coming from you or your person, or both of you, and if the case might be, like, there, it's like, can we just, re-up this and make peace again? But with the High Priestess here and the Ten of Swords, there's some kind of intuitive understanding that this is something you can't really come back from. Heavy energy, huh? And your hopes and fears, yeah, you're hanging on for dear life here. Oh my God. Ugh. But I think I could cry. I think it's like a futile effort. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, there's the Five of Wands again, Six of Pentacles underneath. Like, all you want in the whole wide world, your biggest hope is, can't we just be generous with each other, show up for each other in 3D, have some measure of reciprocity and equal give and take and some kind of flow, and can't you make things right? Like, I kind of feel you sending that message out into the ether for your person. Can't you just make it right? And hanging on for dear life. These are both cards of, I'm not going to give up on this, but it's a lot to overcome. You're persevering, don't get me wrong, but your fear is that it's a futile effort. You hope that they take the effort to fix it, and to show up and to kind of commit to the connection in equal measure to how you have, but it's a battle, it's a struggle. So let's look at the opportunities going forward. Well, I want to say not all hope is lost. I do feel a kind, sincere word from this person would go a long way to kind of easing your worried mind, your emotional vulnerability, your sensitivity right now is kind of all over the map. But we have the Seven of Cups with the Hierophant and the Seven of Pentacles. And in this case, I'm feeling like, there's opportunity for this connection, for the commitment that you feel, for the, I'm feeling like there's a spiritual bond between you that's pretty strong here. But you know, there are lots of options for how to proceed, but it's going to kind of unfold organically. You're going to have to let it just run its course and not try to eat the elephant all in one bite. I do feel like you are waiting for a message of love or apology from this person, and that might be the first step. But the message here, the opportunity is available to sort through it. And there are lots of different ways that you can, but it's going to unfold organically. And that's going to take time. Pentacles does not move fast. So let me tell you the energies that came through. Astrologically speaking, we've got the Lovers out twice. That is your card, Gemini. We've got the Strength card is Leo, as is the Sun. Could be dealing with a Leo. We have the Tower is Aries. Temperance is here. That's Sagittarian energy. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Hanged Man is Pisces. Judgment is Scorpio. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Devil is Capricorn. High Priestess is Pisces. Hierophant is Taurus. Also, there is a link below. I'm going to clarify this Knight of Wands. I want to kind of get a feel for it. There is a link below to the extended, and I'm going to do it all from your person's perspective. We're going to see how they show up in the reading. What's their take on this situation? That ought to be fascinating. How do they see you, think about you, or feel about you? And the last row will be their intentions towards you going forward. All of that will be clarified. I'll also get another card from Spirit for more advice and guidance with regard to all that energy. And I close out with some oracles. So pretty comprehensive reading. If this is speaking to you and you already know that it does, you can click that link and follow me for a deeper dive. Let me just get a hit on the Knight of Wands, please. Wow, King of Wands, yeah. All right, I feel like you're torn. You want the happily ever after. You want someone who knows what they want. What you don't want is the in and out. Okay, the on and off. The impulsiveness. Yeah. I'm glad I did that part for you, because the Knight of Wands is now not coming in as a person returning. The Two of Pentacles is talking to you about how you're torn, right? A decision will have to be made, and you're kind of having to take into consideration what it is you're after. You do want the love, you do want that kind of feeling of peace and bliss and nirvana and happily ever afters, but you need someone that's very clear about what they want and who claims it, instead of being impulsive and non-committal and in and out and kind of unreliable. Someone who just takes what they want, right? Okay, my loves, I know, difficult energies, but I just pull the cards and read them. The link to the extended is below. I'll see you in there in a second. Otherwise, take care. Bye for now.